Now that you have your 3 clips, I'm sure you are aware that there's different volumes. We could actually physically see that here in the timeline. I'm going to zoom in by clicking just in the upper left-hand corner of my keyboard. Below the escape key, below the ESC key, there's what's called the tilde, a little squiggly line. I'm going to click on that just so I could zoom in here. And in this area, I could do Command plus to make things larger, or Command minus to make things smaller if I want. In this case, I want to actually zoom in. And the way to zoom in, down at the bottom, you see this line right here at the very bottom. We have these circles at the end. If you click that and drag it to the left, we're zooming in. You don't have to be in this view. You could be like this. I just hit that tilde key again, that little squiggly line, to shrink it. You could just work down here, but I just want to make sure that you see it in this video. Now that's number 1. And we can see the volumes here. This is definitely the medium one. You could see from the audio wave form, like a wave in the ocean. They call these waveforms in audio. This is medium, this one is low, and this one is loud. And you could just see the height of them shows you how loud the volumes are. We want to go a little bit deeper into this. So the best thing to do anytime working with audio, if you're working with an audio track, you want to move your mouse over here to the left and just below each audio track or above each video track, and I'll show you on the video. It changes to that symbol. It's kind of like a long equal sign with an arrow going up and down. You can actually make that larger and see that better, but we're working with audio right now, so we're going to click and drag that down. Again, we could see the waveforms a whole lot better. On each of these waveforms, we have a white line running across it. All you need to do here when working with equalizing the volume is raise or lower the volume using the audio line. Now, since this is a medium volume, I might go ahead and play it. I'll play it right now. You might know me from such Premiere Pro tutorials. I just press the space bar to play it and then press the space bar again to stop it. I'm going to make that my base audio level, and I'm going to come over here and just listen to the medium versus the low. Say in clip 2, I talk at this level. This is a little bit quiet. So we want to equalize that level. We're going to have to bring it up. All you need to do is go to that white line and raise it, but here's the important thing. You need to listen. It's actually going to jump sound right here, so I'm going to come back to that. Because actually I started talking pretty loud, you could see, or at least at the medium level. So I'm going to come over here to the last one and we'll play that as well. Which leads us to clip 3. All right. Okay, so I need to lower that. So I'm going to click and drag that down. And we'll hear to adjust for that. Which leads us to clip 3. That's a little bit too low, so I'm going to bring it up a bit. And what you need to do is figure that out on your own. What works for you? One of the things that I find is important is to make sure that when you're working with audio, you're going to set your volume. Now, I don't know if you'll be able to see this while I'm recording it on the screen, but I have my volume control. I go up and down. Take your volume, which is at the very top of your keyboards. It's going to be above the delete key, just a little to the left, you see little sound symbols. And you could go up all the way to the top. I go all the way to the top, and then I take it down 2 steps. So click 1, 2 to the left, and then that's the volume that I always work at. I just find that that works for me. I'm going to go ahead and listen again. For that, which leads us to clip 3. All right. Okay. Again, I need to adjust a little bit, and I'm just going to take it a little bit down below. Which leads us to clip 3. Okay, and I think that medium one or that middle one might have to come down. The last thing I need to show you though is because of this particular area right here, we need to adjust for that. But let's say in clip 2, I talk at this level. Okay, I think this is going to be good. So we need to make an adjustment right here, and that is using keyframes, and this is very important to understand keyframes. You have to make several in order to use keyframes. So you go over to the left side here, and you have this little kind of a diamond shaped looking thing. It says show keyframes right there, and then you have add or remove keyframes a little bit to the right of that, two icons to the right. So I'm going to click on that, and you see that I added a keyframe right there. In fact, when I put the arrow right on it, you see the look of the keyframe. That's one, but if I try to do anything from there with just one keyframe, it's just gonna lower or raise it just like we did before, so it doesn't really help. We need a second keyframe. So the second keyframe we'll add over here, but all that's going to do is allow me to fade control it, so it'll be all the way down, and it'll
play in clip 2. Clip 2. I talk at this level.
That's a rising volume. We may want to use that for music, which we will be doing in the next video. But for this one, essentially, we want a third keyframe. So we need 3 total. And that one is, I'm going to just put it right over here. And I'm going to go third keyframe. And then I'm going to move this over. You could click and drag. Try not to go up or down, because you'll see that it bends it, and that kind of fades the volume. So try to just keep it level and go over to the left. That's the point where I want it at this level. Before that, I want it at the first medium level. So I'm going to go in between these 2 keyframes right here. And actually, let me zoom in a little bit more so you can see. I'm going to go in between these 2 keyframes right here. I'll drag that one all the way to the left. Well, keyframe 1, keyframe 2, keyframe 3. I'm going to take this middle bar and I'm going to lower that right down to that first one. And so now we should have equalized volume.
Clip 2. Clip 2. I talk at this level. This is a little bit
So
quieter.
now we've raised that. And then at the end of this, we don't have to worry about that. We'll go.
Clip 3. All right. I'm sorry.
Okay, work that out, play it to a volume that works for you, and then in the next video, we're going to add music and just show you that it's important to lower the music underneath people talking.